The NEU is partnering with the Steve Sinnott Foundation and the Gambia Teachers Union to launch Creating Change, the World I Want to Live In, a competition which aims to encourage young people to make their voices heard on human rights and to support teachers in the UK and partner countries of the Steve Sinnott Foundation, such as Gambia, with human rights education in the classroom. Climate change, poverty, education, gender equality, young people's voices must be heard on the issues that impact their lives, their communities, and their world. Young people's voices matter. However, all too often their voices are not heard. This is why the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child enshrined in international law children's right to be heard. This is why we're launching this competition, to provide a platform for young people's thoughts, ideas, and voices on human rights. I'm also pleased that the Steve Sinnott Foundation has led on the creation of a resource pack for teachers, which accompanies the competition and comprises classroom activities that have been submitted by teachers and human rights campaigners. International solidarity is a cornerstone of education trade unionism, and I'm incredibly proud of the NEU's international solidarity work. It's work that's rooted in human, trade union, and children's rights. Human rights education is about human rights and for human rights. That is, promoting knowledge and understanding of human rights, their principles, alongside empowering young people to enjoy and exercise their rights and to respect and uphold the rights of others.
Human rights education broadly is just such an important thing to pursue. We live in really precarious and challenging times, climate catastrophe. In fact, so many young people are actually missing out on education because of the impact of climate change. Young people want to be educated around human rights. It's vital that we just create human rights literate young people, and this is a really important competition to do that.
This competition is apt, is timely, especially during these very, very trying times in the Gambia. Also, I want to say our opportunity of being invited by the Human Rights Commission to be part of the review of the curricula is also very apt. As for the competition, we are going to popularize it. We are going to make sure that we include all sectors. We work with a lot of youth groups like the peace ambassadors, peer health educators. So I'm sure we will also extend it to them because they need it.
It seems to me that there is a real need to focus children in these metropolitan countries like Britain on human rights abuses in our own space and understand how that plays into the way education policies are framed, schooling practices are framed. We need to fight for, demand that the way schools organize themselves should be within, against a human rights backcloth, so that they're conscious all the time of the extent to which some of their own regimes are denying children their human rights.
Again, coming from a teaching point of view, creativity, I feel, is the way forward in the sense that it just makes it a lot more inclusive. And those children who unfortunately are being left behind because the curriculum is out of their reach, and using a creative approach gives them that opportunity to get engaged and to learn from their peers and learn from their own strengths as well, because many of them learn in different ways, and going forward in a creative role, in a creative way, is what's going to support them and support their learning.
The pack itself has an exercise that teachers can do themselves to find out the state of human rights in the school as they understand it. And that exercise actually offers students the chance to think about how they understand the state of human rights in the school. That's a beginning, that students and teachers need to have a dialogue and understand the experience of the other. But I think if teachers and students assume that the school itself is a safe human rights space for everyone without actually asking young people how they feel, I think that can also lead to cynicism. So I don't think we should be teaching about rights without actually finding out how students experience school.
Please do download the resource pack and register for the competition. Please encourage schools in your area to use it. Please encourage everyone to get involved and to make this massively important project a reality. Please do register for the competition. Please do get involved and let us change education. And as Freire said, through changing education, change the people who will change the world. Because fundamentally, that's what human rights education and all education is about. Thank you very much and good evening.